Hey friends, Shawn here with Manly Made Minute, and welcome back to another episode of Scrappy Shorts where everything has potential. So today I'm going off of a trend that is on the rise and it's coming back quite frantically and furiously. So washi tape. I'm seeing this new trend of washi tape on cards and used as the main piece. So like strips of washi tape. And I thought this is the perfect chance to use some stamps and some scraps to eat up this bucket and do the same exact thing. We just won't have self-sticking strips, correct? So we're going to just create our own strips. I have the perfect stamp set to do this with for just the design factor and simplicity of it. So let's head down to my down camera, show you what I'm thinking, and get out some strips and start stamping. Before we go down, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Would love to have you follow me at Manly Made Minute on Instagram and YouTube. I do go live every Wednesday for a design team, and I post videos outside of Instagram, and I try to go live for myself on my own channel on Thursday evenings. So would love to have you over there. Let's head down and just take a look at what I have for an idea. All right. We've all seen this, my black and white scrap bucket, right? This generally has a lot of strips of white and black in it from cutting off sizes of card bases and things, card fronts, right? So I already kind of dug through my scrap bucket, so you didn't have to watch me just dig through, and picked out these strips out of here, right? So I've got all these strips in here, some buried at the back, right? Now, what I want to do is I just thought it would be fun and easy and quick to do some distress sprays. You can ink blend these, you can leave them white and stamp in color, stamp in black and white, whatever you want to do. I decided to get out some distress sprays that I don't use very often, just to see the colors of them, play with them, hopefully kind of get them in my favorite pile to get them back out and use them some more. So I'm using Cracked Pistachio, Abandoned Coral, Old Paper, Picket Fence, Barn Door, Salty Ocean, and Spun Sugar. These are not the oxides, these are the spray stains, because I just want a good, nice, vibrant color. I just grabbed these really quick. So we're kind of replicating this kind of idea of having pattern, having some glitter, and different colors on washi tape. All right, so we're just going to mimic washi tape. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and throw these in here, a couple at a time, because I'm going to use a couple different colors. Okay, actually, let's just do 2 and 2. All right, so now I'm just going to take, I wanted to do Abandoned Coral first, because I never used this one, and I need to use this one more. And I didn't pre-wet this. I'm just lightly spraying. This is more of an orangey red, so let's just get a little blue in there. Okay, that's it. It's easy as that. And I'm just going to do the rest of these in some color. So I already used those two, so I'll set that one aside. We're going to go a little Spun Sugar with some pistachio. Cracked Pistachio. Okay. As I use them, I'm just going to throw them aside, since I don't want to duplicate up too much. We're going to go a little Barn Door. Good, vibrant red. Let's just throw a little Old Paper over the top of that to mute that down just a little bit. And I just wanted to try, I'm going to get out, I wanted to do the blue and the white. So I hardly ever use Picket Fence, and I need to use this more. This one settles, so you got to shake this one up. This one does settle. And so what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to take my Salty Ocean, pretty good amount of Salty Ocean, throw a little Picket Fence over that just to see what I get. Okay, again, I'm just experimenting at the same time to use, ooh, I love that. Ooh, paint. It looks like good old paint on there. Love that. All right, I am going to dry these, and then we're going to come back and show you what I am thinking and what stamp set I'm going to use. Okay, I've dried this pile up. However, I wanted to throw in one last one. I'd grab this glittery washi tape just as an example. So don't be afraid to get out your spritzes or your micas or your perfect pearls and mix it with some watercolor and throw it on there. Don't be afraid to get some shimmer and shine. Well, let's just add some shimmer and shine really quick. And all I'm doing is just saturating it. Now remember, stamping over this might be a little different because of the mica, right? So I did the, this is just the mica stained sugary gumdrop. And then I used the Distress Spritz Squeezed Lemonade. And these dry relatively quick with a dryer. So with my pattern, I'm not concerned about keeping my pattern or my stamp within the confines and the lines of the strip. I'm just looking to add pattern to the paper. If you look at these, right, that pattern goes off. It's not necessarily contained inside of that. So I'm just looking to put a pattern on paper. That is it. So the stamp set that I'm looking at using is from Desiree Tangles. This is from her newest release, and it's called a Tangled Maze. And these are strips. So these are just perfect, perfect, perfect for stamping these strips over these strips and creating my own washi tape. So here's how it's done. And then I'll do one, I'll stamp the others, and we'll come back and lay this out. So all I do is I'm going to take, we'll take this one to start. Okay, I'm setting it in there. I've got a sticky mat in here to hold this down. And actually what I'm going to do, so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about, don't be afraid to let this go off the edge, is I'm just going to hold this down. So I'm going to use this oversized one and show you what I'm talking about this going off the edge. This does not stay within that confines. It slightly goes off, right? So I just throw this over the top of that strip. Grab it, and I'm just going to use a basic black. I'm going to use an archival ink. So this is Jet Black Archival ink. And stamp your design on that strip, and then we just lay this out in a simple design. Okay. Just like so. That is it. Now I've got myself some homemade washi tape. I'm going to stamp the rest of these in all these different patterns, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have stamped out my washi strips, and you can see I started out doing some black, then I changed up and thought it would be fun just to stamp these out in color at the same time. So I've got some black ones, I've got some ones stamped in color on top of what we have created for strips. And then don't be afraid just to throw some blank ones in there, just to mix it up, right? All right, here's the idea. I'm going to zoom in. I kind of prepped a little card base. I threw a little bit of design behind here. This is the Whirlpool stencil by Brutus Monroe, and I just took very, 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 very lightly and ink blended it just to have a little something on the background. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want in this background, throw these washies on top. This is all you do. I'm going to glue these. I'm not going to, I have done this where I have stuck these up on dimensionals. For today, we're just going to glue these, and I'm just randomly. All I'm doing is random here. So I'm just going to start grabbing these and gluing these down. Some of these, I'm going to tell you right now, are not perfect strips, and I don't care. That's the beauty of doing this. And I'm just going to vary my. I've done it where I've just done strips at different lengths here. I'm going to just kind of go all over on this one. And there are things out there on the market. Brutus Monroe has some card bases with maps, washi maps already on them. You can do whatever you want on this. This is your creative freedom to do whatever your heart desires on these. And I'm just throwing random patterns on here. I want to throw that up just a little bit there. And then I'm going to take and repeat these since I didn't make quite enough. So all I'm going to do is cut these down and finish up atop. Like so. And I'll throw one more, I think. Actually, you know what? We're gonna fill this up. Why not? Just like so. And I'm gonna go these, just to throw the blank ones in there so you can kind of see. Sorry about that. I just looked up and I realized I am not in camera. So we're going to get back in camera. And we're just going to throw... Actually, we're going to leave... I think we're going to... Yeah, we're going to throw one more on there. Why not? Just like this. These would be great birthday cards. These would be great just as regular blank note cards. These are easy to make in a set. To give us, like, you can make thank you cards, a set of thank you cards out of these. So there you have it. My own creative washi tape out of my strips. Ink blend these, distress these, whatever you want to do for these. That is where your creative freedom will come in and use up that scrap bucket. So let's go back up and thank you all so much. Let me show you front view of this, because that one focuses so nice. There you have it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully this gives you an idea to dwindle down that scrap bucket even more, especially that abundance of white and black strips. How cool would this be just to spray black in like all these distressed micas and things, or just stamp in white on black paper, or stamp and emboss them all on black. So you got endless possibilities. Thank you so much for hanging with me, and until next time, I'll see you then.